Hey, this is Steven Silver, and I just wanted to share with you a great conversation that I had this past weekend at Comic-Con. I talked to a lot of people. It's interesting just to see the state of the industry, meeting a lot of professionals, a lot of people working in different forms of the industry, all doing different things independently or not. And I just had a great conversation when I was having dinner with the Bancroft brothers, just about really just the state of the industry and where things are going. And they just brought up a good point in regards of what the real status is, where, our grandparents, maybe our parents would work in an industry where you were there for a long time. You were there 20, 30 years, maybe 40 years. You worked there till you retired. In the art industry, that was something where you could work at a studio for many years. And I'm not talking about The Simpsons here. Those guys are still going strong. But where you worked at a Disney studio or wherever it may be, and you were there maybe 25 years or so, depending. But, those days now are gone. And it comes back down to what I was really talking about in another video about the spark with the campfires. As we, your whole life is going to be a progression of different campfires, just new sparks, and you're going to get nice and cozy and warm at each campfire for a while, but eventually it'll die out. And that's what it is with the industry. Is you have to go into this industry now knowing that you're not going to have that cushy job just to walk in, sit down, thank you, appreciate it, and know you're going to be there for a long time. You're not. You're going to be there for a short time. So the thing that you need to do for this new generation is you have to have a lot of different campfires going. You have to be in a lot of different places. You have to dip into a lot of different things and just know that you're going to be pulling in income from over here, from over here, from over here, from over here. And that's the way it's going to be. So it's a part of the evolution. It's a part of the change and understanding this. So you may want to work at a studio and say that's your ultimate goal. That's fine if that's what you want to do and gain that experience and learn. But just know that cannot be the end all be all. You're going to need to find ways to do freelance and build up your reputation or build up your skill just to constantly be able to get that work in different places and market yourself differently than you've ever thought about doing before. The artist has to take on that you got to have the business mindset. You can't just, otherwise, unless you have a really good manager or a real good agent. But things are changing and things are evolving, and we've seen what's happened just recently with all the price fixing that was going on in the major feature film studios, which was just, it's shocking. But I didn't doubt that it was probably happening, and it was. And so they were holding, people down, and hopefully that gets exposed even more in a way that someone gets in trouble for this because it's illegal. But with that being said, I think the other thing to think about is, again, having this creative mindset to know that I'm not just going to wait to be chosen. You can't wait for people to pick you and choose you. You have to take initiative. And what I'm going to see, we're probably going to start seeing happen now, and I'm hoping it will. But this is the change, is as a lot of people are leaving the studios, either by choice, otherwise they're being laid off, is taking this creative talent and they've got to start pooling amongst themselves. It's not just like working from someone you don't know, but coming together with this talent. Like, you're real good at animating, you're real good at storyboarding, you're real good at this, whatever it may be, and you start to form your own alliance, your own industry, your own company, your own corporation. And because what's happening is you got distribution channels with, Google's getting in the game now. We got Netflix, you got Amazon. There's no limitation on shelf space. And all that matters is content. Content is king. Content will forever be required. People are always going to want something new, because the reality is humans, we're just bored now. We're done just providing food, clothing, and shelter. We need stuff to do. We need stuff to buy. And that's why content has always created, is what started industry and has really built these everything that we have today. So with that mindset, knowing, you know what? you're not trying to fight and squeeze in on that Nickelodeon channel, Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, where they only have certain time slots, or Disney feature, or DreamWorks, Pixar. We can only release this many movies a year at this point. That's not what people are doing anymore. That's not where people are searching for their content. They're finding it right here on the web. They're making the choice to say, hey, I want to watch this and I want to watch it now. I want to binge watch something. I only have 5 minutes. I'm going to watch for 5 minutes. I'm going to come back and watch another hour later. I don't have to be dictated anymore. It doesn't have to be dictated by what's on the channels anymore. So I think the studios kind of know this, and they should be concerned about this and realize how talented and essential the value of the artist really is. And hey, if you want to keep all of us and you want to keep using us, then hey, let's treat us with a little bit more respect at the end of the day, because we're going to figure this out. And a lot of us are, and the more we spread this out, we can start seeing these changes. And you say, but how do we get the money? And, you know, there's so many people, and what I've come across and met people who have their investors, and these people have lots of money. They don't even know what to do with it, and they're out there. And, you know, don't ask me how do I know how to get all of them. I don't know the full way to do it at this point, but they're out there and they have money. And what do investors want to do? They want to make money. That's the bottom line. Everyone wants to make money. That's the way society works. So they want to take their money, put it into something, and see it grow. So all of a sudden they say, you know what? I love what you're doing. Your children's book is awesome. Your comic book is great. You know, if I, help and fund money and put money into this, we can start to build up an audience, through YouTube channels, through all these different things, start building content. And eventually you can start setting up at the shows and start turning it into merchandise and everything. And you're going to start seeing profits. The investors are going to start seeing profits. Again, all the Google, Netflix, Amazon, they're all looking for content. They say, hey, we love what you do. We loved your app. We love this. We're going to make a television show out of this. And this is how it all forms, and there's many people doing this, so I'm not just blowing smoke and just talking here. This is actually happening. There's people who got investors and are making something happen, and it will turn into something again. Is it going to be easy? No, nothing's easy. But knowing that this is the way the future is going, why, to me, if you're capable of animating your own TV shows, your own shorts, doing your own sort of thing, why are you giving your content to all these other people, these studios who just want to put it on their own internet channel, their own YouTube channel, because they know where it's going? Why give it to them for nothing? And it is practically nothing, where they own all the rights. They option it from you for a very little price. Now they own everything. So now you're helping build their audience. Why wouldn't you invest in yourself and build your own audience? Why, if you had a whole school, a whole bunch of people who are animating, create your own channel and work out a deal amongst yourselves? And again, building up your fan base, building up the people who like what you do and support what you do. And artists have always supported artists from the beginning of time. And so why not do that for yourself? Don't feel that you have to, just by giving your content away, oh, look, I got my show on this certain channel, and yet you really get nothing for it, and they're busting your balls, and you're overworked, and you're underpaid, and you're frustrated just to have, say, oh, I got it through this particular company. It's like, no one cares. It doesn't matter. All that matters is your happiness. And where do you find your happiness and joy? By creating your own content, doing your own thing. And it is possible. It's a game changer. The game is changing. Everything's going to be moving. I mean, we're going, who knows where it's going to be in 5 years. I'm curious to see where it's going to go, but I'm just saying things are drastically changing. So believe in what you do. Make what you do a reality. Do Kickstarter, do everything else. We're seeing it evolving, and the studios are getting scared. Believe me, there's a lot of chaos involved out there. And I've talked to many people who they're not voicing their opinion, but at Comic-Con and stuff, when I see people, they fill me in on all the madness that's going on. So there's madness out there. So let's change it. Let's do something about it. Let's keep creating. Let's create your own stuff and grab these pool of guys, and it's going to change, man. We're going to see some amazing things happening here. So that's it. I've rambled on long enough. Thanks for watching. You can follow me at facebook.com/Steven Silver. And also feel free to go to my school website, which is silverdrawingacademy.com, to see what sort of things that we're doing over there as far as workshops and everything else, fun things happening. And that's it. So thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.